All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. Anyone that's subscribed that's going through low stakes poker and having a problem, I understand. I play low stakes, so you should subscribe. Not everybody gets a poker coaching hat from Jonathan Little. Obviously, we're doing good things. I want to help people. I want you guys to fucking win. Swearing is not what I want, but hey, let's get there, boys. Well, goddamn, guys. I think I'm going to start coaching. Well, I mean, coaching like I do, but I mean, like online, start making videos and helping people. It seems like some people like it. Um, yeah, so we'll go over some hands and things I've done right, done wrong. So let's go over. I actually don't look, man. It's not fair to look. Not fair to look, man. I know my videos are crazy, guys. I'm a very crazy person. We're all crazy to play this game, man. That's all I'm saying. Especially low stakes. Everyone's like, it's so beatable, bro. Okay, okay. All right, let's start with this hand. I don't even know what we're at, but we're just gonna go over ranges and how to hand read and low stakes poker. All right. Oh, we went over this when the guy 17x's this. All right, we'll go back to my old video. We just know that under the gun doesn't have anything. Like all he could have was ace seven, maybe king seven suited, 7-8 suited. He wouldn't be raising me like this. He's trying to rep ace five. Like I said in my past video, if he has ace five, he's going to take my money. But I do think we have it. We blocked that five, by the way. And yeah, we're just gonna. Most of the time, it's always flush draws. Always flush draws. So let's get rid of this. Go to the next one. All right. We're in the tournament. All right. We're going to open this in the cutoff. Ace-7 offsuits. Not the greatest hand, but you should be opening this. Jack 3. All right. Well, nobody has jacks, right? Jacks would have been a fucking 3-bet. Let's already get those out of the equation. Ace-Jack suited probably would have been 3-bet. So, I mean, I don't really put too much jacks in anyone's range. I like to down bet. If we're gonna be multi-way, we're gonna obviously do a small. Sometimes we do a smaller size, 20%, 15%. Well, we do get a caller. That's not great, right? So it's like there's no draws out there. So it's like, do you have, you know, sixes through nines? Yeah, possibly. I guess, right? Calling hands, you definitely could have that. Some stupid jack you could have. I guess you'd be calling with some threes. I don't know, like what threes you really have in your range. Like again, the ace three suited. It's hard to have a three in a way, like 4-3 suit. Like you know what I mean? It really is. So since he did call, we're not gonna fire a second bullet on this 10 because it's probably better for his range than mine. Now that 9 comes off, and he's betting. Like, all right, he called my bet, right? So he probably either on a jack or some sort of draw with the jack and a 10 and a 9, right? So I have ace high. You just got to let this go. You can try to hero call, but I'm going to tell you right now in the low stakes, people do not bluff enough on the river. Like I tried to bluff sometimes, and I've just learned like I got to stop because it won't work. But I mean, especially this type of bet. This is value. Like when somebody's at least putting in like pot size, then I'm like, okay. Well, like, what are you trying to do? But this is like, just please call me. Like, I have a jack. Please call me. I have a jack. Please call me. I have king, queen, something like that. That's what he wants from me. He's not gonna get it, and I lose a pot. So we tell the truth over here, guys, on our poker channel. All right, so we have one of my favorite hands, the King 10 suited. All right, here, guy raised it pretty good. No reason, I don't think, to re-raise. I mean, stack the pot ratio. You don't want to get crazy. We're already at 12, So I was at like 5.4, whatever. I'm not going to do it right now. We have some potential here. All right. He checks, which he should do probably with his entire range. He's out of position, so he's not going to bet much. And you know what? I'm not going to give him the satisfaction either, so we're going to check back. Okay, the jack fucking helps him more, but it gives me equity as well. So he fires out, just like what? A third? 1/3? Here, I'll be honest. I think, looking back, we should have raised this to like 12. You know, put some pressure on him, put some serious pressure on him if he really wants to, continue. He would call the 9 to jack. If you had some shitty jack and somebody raised you, I don't know, it'd be like a hard call. So, but we didn't. So now the 9 gets this. So now it's 9s and the jack. To be honest, this is a very strong hand right now, blind versus blind. I mean, I only lose to obviously a 9, which I don't think he has the way this is played. I lose to a jack and I lose to a 3, and I lose to some pocket pairs. I don't think he has those as well. So honestly, the king high, yeah, we can check and probably win against something exactly like this. So king high is just as good as ace high, blind versus blind like this. And yeah, so we take that down. Let's go through another. Oh, ace king suited. What are the beauties? Obviously, we raise. We get a bunch of folds, and we get a call from the big blind. We get a dream flop, right? We get the royal flush opportunity. We have 2 overcards straight. I mean, we have the whole fucking world that are nuts. And he is donking into me. So I raise, right? I feel like we have to. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe. But I was trying to build a pot, right? I'm trying to build a pot, try to get my 40 into his 120. I want some of that money flowing over here. Calls it. So, damn, like, what is he? I mean, a jack would call, a queen would call, like, 9-10 would call. Heart draws would call. Maybe an ace high would call. You got to start thinking. All right, a deuce, total brickaroonie. Here again, I don't know if I necessarily like my bet because I'm not going to get a queen to fold or a jack to fold. I think we should have just probably purely just checked it. And I know like a lot of times everyone's like, yeah, but we have the nut potential. We should start piling money, which yes, usually is correct. But I think our stack is vulnerable at this. We have stacks around our size, so it's like we really don't want to be throwing our money around and losing. I mean, we have nothing. We just have a tremendous draw right now, so we got to be careful. And then the 3 just bricks it. So check. And he had some shitty jack. So I don't like my play at the end, but to be honest, I remember this hand. It's like crazy how you remember hands. I was going to go all in, barrel basically, because the pot would be 12, and I was going to like just bomb the pot. If any, obviously heart gives us the nuts, but any 9 or 10, even an 8 possibly, I was going to rip it, dude. But I just, with the 3, I felt like, like it's probably going to be hard to get this jack to fold with the 3 river. It's really, you know what I mean? I've under-repped a queen big time the whole time. There's no way I have a queen. And yeah, I mean, I played this kind of face up. I thought I had showdown value here, but again, like it's just some shitty jack. So you live and you learn. You go on to the next one. All right. Pocket sixes, 6 unis. This is like the one time, and you're never gonna see me call because I honestly, guys, don't call in poker. Just don't call. Like, no, I don't mean that, but I mean like severely. Do not call very often. Defend your big blind. Sometimes calling the button with a good hand. Maybe sometimes a small blind, but I mean this right here is very like whatever. I don't do this normally. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to set mine, I guess, to really get my stack up. I don't know, dude. I don't even like this. This guy, I got in an ego battle with him. Like I played pots with him, so it's like probably an ego battle. Do I think I have the best hand right now? Yeah, that's why I'm betting. I do. Again, under the gun, he's a pretty tight player. He plays good fundamental poker. So he's not going to have a 3 in his range. He's not going to have a 4. The only thing you have is like ace 9, king 9, 10 9. And, you would probably check that and check call. So definitely that queen helps him tremendously because he's a tight player. And then once he's going like that, making almost a pot-sized bet, I'm out, dude. I'm out. There's no point. mess around with sixes when you know your opponent's image. I mean, I call again, then what? The river is another heart, even though we have a blocker to the heart, but 10, 9, fucking jack, can't, any of that, it's all bad news for me. So, yeah, we got to let that go. I mean, pocket queens, ladies. All right. Oh, same dude. All right, so we get in a pissing contest here. I raise fucking 4 bets right here. I should have. All right. In hindsight, you just call, right? You just call. I have position. I don't need to make this pot any bigger. I mean, early position, it's got to be ace king suited, aces and kings. I mean, jacks maybe, and then jacks maybe, but this was a punt by me. Honestly, I'm telling you right now. Like I just said, I should have called, and I got in an ego battle because I thought, you know what, I have queens. And then once he snap called, I said I'm dead. It's so crazy. You have queens and you just get snap called and you're dead. King. Yeah, it's just that's what it is. When somebody 4-bets you under the gun, your queens are fucked, man. I know that. Now it's just I want to show you the mistakes that I made, and hopefully it helps you too. So yeah, again, pretty tight player. I could pull up his HUD, but tight player raise. We 3-bet under gun 1. He fucking 4-bets. I mean, you can't fold this, but you shouldn't do what I just did, or put a 5-bet into like 7,000-8,000 or something like that. No, you should just call. You have position, and then you could just play flop, turn, river. But don't do this. Don't do that. Stupid. All right, a couple more. Oh, Ace-3 suited. Obviously, we open it up, min raise it, get called by the big blind. 7-7-10 really hits his range more than mine. I mean, sure, I have some 8-7 suited. I mean, Ace-7, King-7. We have some 10s in our range. It's just not great. You know, it's just a board. It's just poker, guys. All right, so we do pick up hearts here. So I do think we have the best hand in a way, right? I mean, he hasn't bet yet. 7-7, 10-10. So what? 8-9 would be a draw. I mean, there really isn't necessarily maybe overcards, but when we bet here, which I honestly I don't like my sizing. I should have. I think we should have went just bigger, but then again, I look at my. Sometimes down betting works. I don't want to always give you like wrong information, but it seems like I don't know. I bet 1.5 like a lot with my C bets, and it just seems to work. So I don't even have to bet half pot, so I'm risking less. You know what I mean? But here, I don't think we needed to bet. Like, what are we repping here now? I mean, oh yeah, like we delay bet jacks or something. Like it doesn't necessarily make sense. He calls. That's horrible to me. I'm like, all right. So like he has a 7 or a 10 probably, right? He's calling. What are you calling here with? I mean, there are some people like me that would probably call with a crying ace high type of hand, but then low stakes on the turn when you get called like this, it's bad. Yeah, we just checked and gave it up. And I mean, I don't understand this. Like, this is another thing that really like defeats people in poker is that they don't value bet, thin value bet, whatever. I could make a whole video on that because that's truly another thing that makes a break even player to a winning player, and that's what I had to start doing it because I was checking shit like this too, but no, like him, he should have. And I ain't even lying. Like he might have gotten me to pay 15,000 here because I would have been like, well, I got ace high. Blocking hearts, the backdoor hearts, which don't really matter in a sense, but it's like and he's showed passiveness. I don't understand why he would not bet a full house here. Like, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? That I have 10-7? Or, like, you know what I mean? So, don't be that guy. Don't make mistakes like this. That's a huge mistake. That's a blunder. That's a blunder. Like, to be honest, let's go over this hand real quick now that we know what he has. And we raise and that. All right. Check, check. He maybe should have just fucking min raised here or made it like 18, and he would have put me in a real tough pickle because I would have been like, well, I do have the nut flush draw. I do lose to like 7-10, 10-7, whatever you want to say. I lose to that. Um, yeah, but it's very hard for him to have that. So I probably would make that call. So he really screwed up. He probably should have just min clicked right here, and it would have made me said, "What the hell?" On the 10 of hearts now he's starting to do that with. It made me think instead of just calling, or then if he does the call, you got to donk the river. It's 10,000 something, just something 8,000. And I don't know. He just missed value, and I can't. That drives me crazy in poker, guys. Um, One last one. I don't know if this helps you guys. I hope it helps you. If it doesn't help you, like I'll stop making videos. I'll retire. But I see how and whatever. I'm not gonna reveal my coach yet. My coach taught me this shit. All right, we min raise ace queen. One of my fucking hatred hands, dude. How many hands? I've lost so many good hands with this ace queen bullshit. We have the ace of hearts. We can have the backdoor nut flush draw. We do block some shit here. Again, we down bet. We normally I'd tell you multi-way, you got to be like smart. You shouldn't really be c-betting too much here because it's just not good. You're gonna lose fucking big EV and big blinds per 100. But again, we have the ace blocker to the nut flush, and yeah, we'll get called by some queen jacks and maybe a king jack or whatever, some sort of jack 9. And yeah, maybe some ace fours if they have it, or ace, shit like that. Yeah, we'll get calls. We get one call. It's not from the button, so it's from the big blind. So it's probably jack X heavy. The queen helps me though, right? So, but getting donked on the fucking queen again. I always tell you guys, it's usually a flush draw. Usually a flush draw people overvalue. Could be a combo draw. Could be like a combination of a pair, a straight, whatever, a straight combination with the flush. But people love flush draws and low stakes, so obviously we can't go anywhere. I should have just probably called, but I just said, all right, if you really want to gamble, let's gamble. And Mr. Brown wanted to gamble, so that was a brick on the river, and he didn't have a jack. He did and I see bet the flop. He had he had the hard draw. I'm sorry. No, he did. And he picked up the queen, overvalued the queen. Yeah, he played that okay, but whatever, that is what it is. So those were some hands. If that helps, man, I can go over more stuff and really get into your whatever problems you're having in the low stakes. I'm here, dude. I want to help people. So, all right. Thank you, anyone that subscribed, and appreciate the support. I'll see you in the next video.